It's tough being an adult with a bunch of responsibilities, and that's why I've devoted my entire life's mission to finding good video games for people with busy lives. And now, dear viewer, I pass this knowledge on to you. Today, I shall introduce you to Inside. The inside of Inside is insidious. I thought that would work a little bit better than it really did. But danger lurks around every corner in this 2.5D puzzle platformer. Nice doggy, nice doggy, nice doggy. Oh no. As a small, unnamed boy in a red shirt, which is a bad sign right out of the gate, you'll find yourself mysteriously compelled to travel to the right of your screen. You'll jump, fall, push, pull, and die your way across the land, ever in search of something. Or maybe running from something? Trying to find someone? Honestly, it's not completely clear what's going on, and that'll be up for you to decide and figure out. What I am certain of is if you're a busy person and you enjoy platformers and puzzles and grim, dark death, you'll enjoy Inside by Playdead. Now, even after completing the 4 hours of Inside, I'm not exactly sure what happened to the world, but it's a little bit of a bummer. The forest is dark, the sun seems to never shine, and cities are falling apart, and also like 75% of the population seems to be under some kind of mind control. Not sure about that. As you traverse rightwards through the world, the story will unfold in front of you. Behind you? I guess it sort of depends on your frame of reference. You'll see hunters searching for you, their flashlights illuminating the dark forest. Trains will disappear into the distance, packed full of sheeple. Even the puzzles you work through in Inside can sometimes contain story-building elements or world-building lore that flesh out the dark reaches of this sad world. You'll absorb the narrative vibes via osmosis, which in my opinion is the best way to do it if you've been stuck all day doing VLOOKUP and pivot charts. Just a little bit of Microsoft Excel humor for all you office workers out there. But the punchline is that every scene seems to contain some kind of story hook that furthered my understanding of the universe contained inside. And those scenes are brought to life in a fashion that aesthetically reminds me a lot of if Tim Burton was designing a PS2 game.
Is this a trick? I'm not impressed. You're bad and now you're tall. It makes it all the more worthwhile to see a giant fall.
The environments are sweeping, but details are used sparingly. The main character is often the only splash of color, and his animations are spotless, falling from various heights, pushing from different angles, and dying in remarkably gruesome ways are all lovingly animated and pleasing to watch. I mean, not the dying part, of course, I'm not some kind of weirdo. And I'm highlighting the visuals of this game because they're a key aspect to the experience. Like both Leonardo from The Office and Kevin Da Vinci said, why use many word when few word will do trick? Because the story is told extensively through visuals, Playdead needed to balance the visual complexity with eyeball legibility. If the game were too busy, players would miss the narrative beats. Too simple and they'd get bored. Frankly, I think they nailed it. I often found myself tearing myself away from the game when I was trapped on various visual hooks that just wanted to reel me into long, sleepless nights glued to my screen. I'll highlight one example so as not to reveal too much about the game. Take a look at this frame from the early stages of the game. Predominantly, there's a group of people standing in line, but they all look off. Their heads are drooped and their shoulders hunched. Some have legs that look almost unnatural. What's wrong with them? Why are they here? What are they doing in this line? Why are they standing in front of this massive building? What is it? Who built it? What's its purpose? The rail car next to them invites more questions, as does the scaffolding and the buildings in the distance. As the player progresses through the game, these questions get answered while others are asked, resulting in a constant stream of wondering what's going on and what's going to happen next. Now, I won't spend too much time on the logistical details of Inside, but suffice to say that the game saves frequently, and you can almost play it exclusively with one hand. Timing is critical for just a few puzzles, so for the most part, you can play with one hand and hold a baby, drink sleepy time tea, play paddleball, or even subscribe to my channel with the other. When Playdead released Limbo back in 2010, critics celebrated it as a near-perfect game. And while I enjoyed it, I found the controls were just a little bit too sloppy for me. That's right, 2010 Ian was a critic. But Inside solved that issue and pushed the envelope even further by introducing massive landscapes, even more visual hooks, and a more stylized visual experience. I almost played this game front to back in one sitting, and you totally could, as it took less than 4 hours to complete in total. So, answer these questions. Do you find yourself tired of reading after a day of work? Do you find your keyboard skills are a little lacking, but your puzzle-solving skills are not? Do you enjoy exploring mysterious worlds and injecting your own theories? And of course, do you like puzzle platforming games? That one has to be yes. If you answered yes to all those questions, then I really think that you're going to like Inside. For those reasons and more, I'm giving Inside 5 scary dogs out of 5 scary dogs. Highly recommended.